Hey everybody, Josh Garrison here, and in this video we're going to talk about stages, which are a helpful way for us to keep track of our relationship with our contacts, but also the foundation for powerful automations we'll be creating later. Let's dive into it. So here I am back in Apollo, and in order to set up my stages, I'm going to hit on the settings wheel in the top right hand corner and go to contacts on the left hand side. And you'll notice the first thing I have to do is choose a HubSpot contact field that I want to sync. Now this is assuming I've set up a CRM integration that I want to use. You don't have to do that. You can use Apollo without connecting your CRM, but if you have a CRM, of course, we recommend that you do connect it for reasons that will become clear. With HubSpot, I can only choose a contact field. If I have connected Salesforce, I'll have to choose either a field on the contact record in Salesforce or a field on the lead record, depending on which of those two record types I've chosen to sync with Apollo. For more on that, watch the video we have on the Salesforce integration. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the HubSpot example for now. So I've chosen to use the lead status field on the HubSpot contact record that I'm going to map to the Apollo stage. Now let's talk about what a stage is. In Apollo, a stage is just a way for us to keep track of what our relationship is with the person that we're trying to contact. So Apollo gives you 9 stages out of the box. The first is cold, which means we haven't gotten in touch with them yet. Then approaching means we're trying to get in touch with them. Somebody who's replied is obviously replied. Interested should mean somebody has booked a meeting with you. Not interested is self-explanatory. And then do not contact would be all the people who tell you, hey, please take me off of your list. Now, I do recommend that you create some additional stages because we can use these to build automations from later. In order to create a stage, just hit this button that says Add Stage. So one thing that I like to do when I'm prospecting, you're not just going to get people who say yes or no, right? You're going to get some people who say, hey, I could be interested in this, but not right now. So I'd like to create a stage that's something like this. Follow up in 3 months, and I can create that stage. Now, when you go through and map your stages between Apollo and your CRM, what you want to make sure you don't do is map 2 stages to 1 CRM field. For example, I wouldn't want cold to map to new and approaching to map to new. You want 1 stage to map to 1 field in your CRM or 1 pick list value in your CRM. You don't want to duplicate those. That will confuse the system. So you can go through here and whatever you have set up in your CRM, connect it as best you can. Cold would be new, approaching would be in progress, replied is connected. And then you don't have to connect all of these, right? Follow up in 3 months. I don't need to have a stage in my HubSpot CRM, but in this case, bad timing exists already. So maybe I'll just go ahead and hit bad timing, and then I can hit save. So what will happen is as I'm working leads in Apollo, the stage will get updated and that will reflect in the CRM with that lead status stage there. Apollo can automatically create and map stages for you. If you click this button and tell it which field to map to, we'll do our best to try and map those 1-to-1. If you're curious about how it works, click on that button there in the overview and it'll take you to the knowledge base article on how this works exactly. But we're going to move on and we're going to go ahead and click on triggers. So triggers are some automations we can create. The first level of automation, I would say, that utilize stages. So we don't have to manually be saying, click, 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 here's what the stage is. Apollo can do a lot of that heavy lifting for us. When a prospect is created, we'll automatically set the stage to cold. If we've sent them an email and the email lands in their inbox, it'll be approaching. If the email bounces, it'll be bad data. If they spam block us, then we could say, do not contact. If the prospect unsubscribed, we could say do not contact. There's a variety of things that we could do. You can see that a lot of these map out of the box. Now we can do the same thing for calls. So if we connect with somebody and we book a meeting with them, we'll change it to interested. And these are based on the dispositions of your calls that you make, which I'll show you how to set up in a second. So I highly recommend you go through and you map all of the stages to whatever trigger you want to have happen, right? If they didn't answer, then the stage would still be approaching. If we left them a voicemail, it'd still be approaching. If it's a bad number, it's going to be bad data. Spend the time to do that now because it's going to save you a lot of time later. So I can hit save. Now I mentioned these are the call dispositions that you set up. If you just click on calls here on the left, that's where you find those. Call dispositions are here. So you can set up whatever you want your reps or yourself to be marking as you're making your calls. You can set that up here. Just click add disposition. Pretty straightforward. Now, I have mentioned a couple times that I'm going to show you how to build some automations based on stages. That video will be called Plays. So if you're interested in that, take a look there. And before we move on, I'm just going to show you one other thing with stages. So contacts have stages, but accounts can have stages as well. If you're using HubSpot, you want to pick a lifecycle stage and do the exact same process that we did before with contacts. And if you're using Salesforce, you have a couple options. You can ask Apollo to infer the right stage based on the opportunity, or you can just have it map one-to-one based on an account status field, and then you have to pick the field there. This is the exact same process that we just went through with contacts, but obviously we have slightly different fields we need to choose. And then triggers can do the exact same thing. When a new account is created, you can set it to whatever status you want to have it set there. So highly recommend that you go through these. And one thing I will note, if you have an existing client, you can map the account stage as current client, and then any of these statuses that you put here, your team will be warned when they try and reach out to somebody. So if they're a current client, we don't want to be prospecting them, right? If they continually mark you as spam, maybe you put them in the avoid bucket, or maybe they're a competitor. So you can spend some time to save your team time later in this section of the account stages configuration.